Club President, distinguished guests, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Toastmaster Vandana, your Sergeant at Arms today. Welcome to the 596th meeting of Speech Weavers Toastmasters Club, Bangalore. I'd like to start with the mission of the Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. For every Toastmasters meeting, there are a few guidelines we follow. Please note all your devices, mute your mic if you're a non-speaker, and remember to unmute yourself when you come to speak. I would like to request all speakers to refrain from talking about sex, religion, and politics to avoid hurting the sentiments of our audience. I'd also like to request all of you to turn on your videos to keep our speakers motivated. Requesting all our guests to mention your name and club name, and if you're a Toastmaster, you may mention name_guest, and all role players requesting you to rename yourselves. My question and thought for today is there something you are seeking to improve? How can Toastmasters help you in this? Do you have a mentor? Have you reached out to your mentor? Are you feeling stuck? Don't wait for your mentor to take the initiative and reach out to you. Be proactive. What you gain in your Toastmasters journey or any journey is left to you. Make it happen. Next, I'd like to talk about an online globetrotter. Someone who went around all over the globe attending meetings and reached her ACG. She's been a Toastmaster for 3 years. And right now, she says she's stranded in level 3 of Pathways. Her Toastmasters resolution for 2021 is to make Speech Weavers one of the most sought after clubs in Bangalore. Maybe even outside Bangalore. I'm in Kerala at the moment. She's a club coach, a drawer, an artist, the color PR manager for Division B, a good friend. I'd like to welcome our new club president, Toastmaster Deepa. Over to you.
Thank you, Vandana, and good evening, speech weavers, fellow Toastmasters, and esteemed guests. This is our first meeting since the New Year's Day, and I wish you all a very happy, joyous, enjoyable New Year filled with hope, health, and wealth. And now, with the bang of the gavel, I declare meeting number 594 open. First of all, I have a few announcements to make. That we have our Toastmaster of the month for the month of December figured out, and there was a close competition between 3 candidates, Toastmaster Joseph, Toastmaster Shrinu, and Toastmaster Vandana. And the winner is our editor-in-chief of Elevate newsletter, Vandana Raghavan. Please give her a big round of applause. And since this is the first time that we as new officers are taking on the roles of our executive committee roles, I would like all of you to give a big round of applause to all the outgoing members, especially to our captain of the ship who never failed to attend one single meeting. Imagine, he was always on time, all the days of the last term. DTM Milin and Ashwin as treasurer, and the rest of you also as your respective duties, you performed extremely well, and the other members have renewed themselves as different officers, and I wish you all a very productive and fruitful term this year. With that, now I have to now get some guest introductions. I see a few guests with us. Can I have Vinay to introduce yourself to our club, where you're from, and how did you learn about us?
Good afternoon, Toastmasters. Firstly, I wish a happy new year to each and everyone there in the meet. And this is Vinay from Leader Speak Toastmaster, Bangalore. I am studying BTech second year at Jain University, Bangalore. And I know this Toastmaster will really help me to improve my skill, to improve my non-technical skills such as communication and socializing with people. So that's why I've joined this Toastmaster and hoping to join your club again and again. And over to you, Toastmaster Deepa.
Thank you, Vinay. We wish to see you again and again, as you said. And now, may I have an introduction from our second time guest, Swarna?
A fabulous evening, everyone. A fantastic day to start off the year. I hope you all had a good day so far. My name is Swarna. I'm from Singapore, but originally from Bangalore. And I happened to meet Deepa on a platform, on an international platform, and she invited me to this club. So I'm so glad to be here again. And I wish to share some journey with you today.
Thank you, Swarna. And we still remember those your first time as joke master as a guest, and we were really amused with your jokes. And now over to Trisha. Can we have you introduce yourself to us? Trisha? Okay. What about, can I know who's behind Usha's iPhone? Can I have you introduce yourself, please? Oh, yeah, I know. Usha from Usha. I'm sorry. Usha, please, could you give us all an introduction?
Yeah, hi everyone, good evening. And my name is already there. I'm from Bangalore and I'm a teacher. I head the Department of English in National Public School here in Bangalore. And I've been in this teaching profession for the last 27 years. It's good to get connected with like-minded people. It's good to be articulative and it's good to hear eloquent speakers. So I'm happy that you have taken me into your fold. Thank you and looking forward.
Thank you so much, Usha, and we're delighted to have you. And thank you, Sushma, for bringing your friend Usha here with us. And I finally would like to call on Saurabh. We already know him, but we just have a short introduction again from him.
Hi, I'm Saurabh. I'm the VP Education, again the VP Education after the new EC has come in. I'm still the VP Education of the Gabby's Toastmasters Club. And I am also the club coach of the Kongsberg Digital Squadrons Toastmasters Club. And my Toastmasters journey is pretty recent. I started in September 2020, learning a lot. And much of this learning I would attribute to clubs like yours, Shrinu, Milind, Deepa. They've been like real help for me in my journey. Thank you so much.
Oh, you've been a great help for us as well. Thank you so much, Saurav, for that brilliant introduction. And now let's proceed with our meeting. And to sail us through this journey, we have an excellent captain with us. He is the immediate past president of our club. He's hugely into marathon and fitness. He is also an non-executive member of the board of directors of AVM India Private Limited and is a legal prowess. He is an expert in legal matters and corporate affairs, and he served in Cognizant Technologies as well. Please welcome on your virtual screen the Toastmaster of the day, DTM Milind.
Have you come across a situation where you are elevated, you assume a post, now you're all geared up, you're all charged, you share your vision statement with your team for next 6 months, and all the team nods, yes sir, right. They share their views, everything goes on, meeting number 1, meeting number 2. But in a span of 15 days, one of your most trusted lieutenant pings you. and says, I want to resign. Within next 3 days, one more sends a formal resignation letter. Has it happened with you? Anyone? Well, that's what it happens. And then we start thinking about that old age. Workers or team members does not leave the organization. They leave their manager. You start thinking, where did I get wrong? What did I do? Why are these knockout punches coming at me? Am I not a great leader? Don't they love me? Don't they respect me? Where did I get wrong? Well, what did I do? Would you like to know about it? But that's a suspense. So let's move to our Toastmasters history. Toastmaster was formed in the year, anyone, any guess? When was it formed?
1924.
1924, correct. It was officially formed in 1924, but its roots were put, or it was germinated 19 years before that, in 1905, where the first unofficial Toastmaster meeting was conducted by Ralsei Smedley, the founder of Toastmaster Club. And of course, he had some challenges, so he took under 19 more years to actually form a formal Toastmasters Club in 1924. And what is Toastmaster? It is an international, non-profit educational organization which teaches public speaking through worldwide network of clubs. Its headquarters is where? Any idea? Current headquarters?
Inglewood.
Oh, yeah, Eaglewood in Colorado. Yeah, Swarna, you are muted, so we could make out from your voice, but and it has membership of over, any idea how many memberships it has? Membership exceeding?
36,000.
360,000.
Yeah, like 364,000 members worldwide. And how many clubs they have?
146 clubs.
Yeah, 16,200 clubs in how many countries?
143 countries.
Yeah, so it's spread like a banyan tree across all the 5 continents. And of course, it helps people from different various backgrounds and to make them in confident speakers, good leaders. So it helps to develop your public speaking skills. It helps to build your leadership skills. It helps to maximize your personal potential. It helps to increase your personal growth. It helps to network with like-minded people and gain competitive advantage with your office peers. And that's how you grow. And every Toastmasters meeting starts with a prepared speech. So that is the first section. Prepared speech is like our in cricket parlance. It's like a test match. You have to come prepared, net practice, you are a mentor, then you are prepared, you are announced to the world, and then you give it. Next part is like our 2020. No one knows what is happening, but you have to come and bang, bang, bang. That's called almost like impromptu speaking. And after the matches are over, whether it's test match or icebreaker or your 2020, we have a post-match session where all these seniors sit together and they discuss what was good about that meeting and what was not so good. How can it be taken? So that is called as an evaluation section. Today, for the evaluation, we have the monitor for the evaluation. So monitor for the evaluation is called as a general evaluator. This general evaluator works in the healthcare industry in the marketing department, and he joined Toastmasters in October 2018 to enhance its public speaking skill and ensure that his fear of public speaking gets rid. His motto in life is to help others. So please join me in welcoming the general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Nelson.
Thank you very much, TM Milan, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Today, I am the general evaluator. Thanks for giving the opportunity, our TM and our president. I am going to evaluate everything to take place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I will take notes on everything that happens and doesn't happen. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look forward good examples of preparation, organization and delivery, enthusiasm, observation and performance of duty. At the end of the meeting, I'll give my report. Before that, I will introduce our great enthusiasm team like timer, how counter, and listener and grammarian. First, I like to introduce our timer, Ms. TM Shushma. I would like to invite and explain that timer rule. TM Shushma.
Sushma, you have to you're muted.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today I'm going to play the role of timer. As the timer, my role is to remind each and every role taker and speaker to adhere to the timings allotted for you. To help you to maintain the timelines, I would be flashing following lights. Red when your speech time reaches minimum. Yellow light when your speech is in midway. Red when your speech is reached maximum time, and 30 seconds grace time to complete your speech. Timings as per the project are 4 minutes for icebreaker speech, 5 to 7 minutes for the prepared speech, 1 to 2 minutes for the table topics, 30 seconds grace time to complete the speech. I would make a note time taken by each and every role taker. At the end of the session, I would present my report where I am called upon by a general evaluator. Over to general evaluator.
Thank you very much, TM Sushma. It's a great experience of the timer role. Next, I request to our counter to explain. Our counter TM Sinu Babu to explain the roles and responsibility of our counter.
Good evening, rising Toastmasters and brilliant guests. Today, I am the accounter in this meeting. As an accounter, I will be monitoring your distractions from the captivate speech you prepared. Who are these distractors? These four people called CRPF. C for crutch words. Crutch words like so these are the crutch words. R for repeating words. Uh, these repeating words, it is distract from the speeches. P for pauses. If you take pause, short pause and long pause, if you intentionally add the pause and elevate the speech, but unnecessary pauses distract from the audience. And again, fillers. Fillers like, okay. So these are unnecessarily, we add in between the sentence to combine the sentence sometimes. So I will identify and I will update at the end of the meeting when GE calls upon. What do you, G?
Thank you very much, TM Sin Babu. The great explanation. And I request our grammarian, TM Joseph sir, to explain that role. TM Joseph sir.
Oh, he's not in the. Oh, he's there. Joseph, sir, can you unmute yourself, please?
Good evening, Toastmasters and distinguished Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I, the grammarian, the syntax sentinel for the day. Grammar forms the backbone of any language. It is only the proper use of grammar, any great speech can be understood and appreciated. My role is to make note good usage of grammar as well as wrong usage of grammar and provide feedback at the end of the meeting. The word of the day is mastermind. The meaning, person who plans and directs a complex project. Usage will be, Joanne Morgan was the mastermind behind the Apollo landing. We acknowledge the use of the day by a clap. I request you to clap any speaker on the stage who makes use of the word of the day. It is also pointed on the screen in the agenda, the word of the day you can use. I will give my report when the GE calls for me during the meeting time. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, TM Joseph sir. It's a wonderful explanation. And also, who are using that word of the day, you can choose that, you can clap or you can choose that thumbs up, and also it will be visible. And next, I request to call a listener of TM Vishnu to explain their role. TM
Good
Vishnu.
evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My role makes me the keenest ears of the club. Being a good listener is just as important as being a good speaker. I will be noting down the interesting information from any of the speakers and ask questions at the end of the meeting uh, just to know that everyone is attentive throughout the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster. Over to you, Toastmaster General Evaluator.
Thank you, Vishnu, TM Vishnu. These all are our team and me. We'll evaluate over that all over that meeting, and we'll give the report end of the meeting report. It will help you to avoid the mistakes on coming for future meetings and future work area also. Over to TMOD, TM Milan.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Nelson, to you and your tag team, timer, our counter, grammarian, as well as listener, for elaborately explaining their role. And we look forward for your report at the post-match session. Now we start with our test match session. That's called as prepared speech. So before I invite the first speaker, may I invite her dedicated evaluator, who is our area director, who has been our club president twice, VP Education twice, and he's also a member of Bangalore Toastmaster Club. He's a person who is like a man Friday for us. Any challenge, any problem, go to him. So please join me in welcoming the evaluator for the first speech, Toastmasters, Srinu Babu.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day Million, for your kind words. Once again, good evening, rising Toastmasters and brilliant guests. Today, my target speaker attempting level 5 project 1 from Visionary Communication. The purpose of this project is the member to develop a detailed vision for his for her personal life or professional life or organization. This is the first speech for the member to share some aspects of her vision. Timer, please note, time is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you. Evaluator number 1, Toastmasters Vinu. The first speaker has a unique partnership with an invisible person, and she loves his partner because that partner helped her to take her across the globe, sitting in the bedroom. Now, can you guess who is her partner? Well, let her disclose. I am not going to spill that secret. She is from Katong Toastmaster Club, Singapore. And her speech title is Develop Your Vision. So please join me in welcoming Toastmasters Swarna Kalyan. Speech title, Develop Your Vision. Toastmasters Swarna Kalyan.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. Can I share my screen? There was once upon a time in a river, there lived 3 fishes. One was called Plan Ahead, the second was called Think Fast, and the third was called Wait and See. One day they heard a fisherman say that he's going to cast the net into the river the next day. Plan Ahead said, I am swimming down the river now. See you. And so he went. Think Ahead said, I'm sure I'll come up with something tomorrow. Wait and see lazily said, can't think about it. I can't be bothered. When the fisherman cast his net, Plan Ahead was not there. But Think Fast and Wait and See got caught. Think Fast quickly rolled over his back and pretended to die. Oh, this fish is of no good. The fisherman threw it back into the river. And Wait and See ended up in the fish market. Dear club president, fellow Toastmasters and friends, what did we learn from this story? One should have a vision in their lives. Today, I'm going to share my journey in finding my personal vision and how Toastmasters has helped me in finding that journey. The author of Power of Vision or the Paradigm Shift says, vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision is just pastime. I am a highly active person, but not really vision driven. 2020 was a turning point in my life. COVID-19, lockdowns, and social distancings gave me a lot of time to reflect on what I want to be. I told myself, I cannot just be an action queen. I have to find a purpose and a meaning in my life. Helen Keller says, the most pathetic people in the world is someone who has sight but no vision. I went through many things that I like to do. Bucket list, my fantasies as a child, my role models, and one thing or the other kept flashing. But there was something common in everything, and that was my love for public speaking. Isn't that why I joined Toastmasters? Voila! Like magic, I found my vision to be an inspiring speaker, helping individuals to step out of their comfort zone. Like, I would like to be called the Oprah Winfrey of the East. Now, I have a destination. World class, to be a world-class public speaker. But I need to know how to journey through it, right? I need to prove myself as a speaker on various platforms. I need to identify smaller goals or milestones. Goals that are positive, personal, and possible to achieve. Do any one of us go and look for a job that is boring? No, right? So you should have looked for something that is positive. And I feel for me, my positive would be, how do I inspire people? It has to be personal, because I can't do something that my parents want, my friends want, or my relatives want. And it has to be possible. Can I become a world-class speaker? Yes, I can. But that requires a lot of hard work and focused in time. I listed down my 4 pathways or milestones. One was to be an outstanding Toastmaster, to get an outstanding Toastmaster award. I'm also a member of Leaders Worldwide Toastmasters in District 57. And they have this program where anyone who performs well in communication and leadership skills can qualify for that. And I'm on the run to achieve that by April 2021. And then to conduct workshops and seminars on cross-cultural communication so that I can reach out to many people and become a TED speaker. And so I listed down all my goals. And I have started on this journey. And I hope that my story inspires you all. Mark Twain says that the secret in getting ahead is getting started. I have started, my friends, and I would encourage all of you to start on your journey to find your vision. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Swarnalata, for sharing your vision and your tips to us how we can aspire our wish list or bucket list. Good. So let's join and give us a round of applause to her. Now coming to the second speaker. So before that, I'm inviting the evaluator for the second speaker. The evaluator for the second speaker is a passionate Toastmaster. He's so passionate that right from September 2020, when he became a Toastmaster and formed a club and became a VP Education, not only he has been doing great job at his club, he's also attending multiple club meetings and taking up various roles, giving speeches, and that has become his second life, or maybe second passion, or most important passion. Even when he goes on a vacation, during the Christmas, he was on a vacation to Goa And do you know what he did? Sitting there in Goa also, he participated in a debate competition of Toastmasters. And not only that, he pulled me into that and made me his partner. He made me rehearsal and made me to join him. So that is the passion of this evaluator. So please join me in welcoming evaluator for the second speaker, Toastmaster Sholom.
Thank you, Toastmaster TM Milind. So our second speaker is going to be attempting a project on managing time. The purpose of this project is for the member to observe his or her time management patterns. The member will deliver a well-organized speech about any topic. The member may choose to speak about time management exercise that he or she completed during the project. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any type of the member's choosing. The speech should not be a report on the content of the managing time project. Timer, please note that the timing for this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Timor.
Thank you, evaluator, Toastmaster Sholom. The second speaker has joined Toastmasters very recently, but ever since she has joined, she has not shied away from taking any roles, whether it's a special occasion meeting or normal meeting, whether to introduce a great keynote speaker, to moderate him. That's what she has been doing it. And by profession or by education, she's a Bachelor of Commerce, Bachelor of Computer. However, she has a passion for teaching. And for last 9 years, she has been in education sector. She believes that Toastmaster is a place which has no boundaries to learn and excel with persistence. So please join me in welcoming the second speaker for the day, Toastmaster Ashwini. Her speech title, Lasting Impression. Lasting Impression, Toastmaster Ashwini.
Good evening, Toastmasters and distinguished guests. According to an ex-FBI agent, Joe Navarro, he wants to know, if you want to read one's body language, what is the first thing that you all notice? Is it his eyes? Is it his hands? Or is it his feet? What is that you will notice at first? If you are thinking it's feet, then you're thinking right. Yes. We've always been taught to have control on our facial expressions. Whether we like it or not, you just have to have a poker face. But that's not the fact. When we think back, for years, hundreds and thousands of years ago, the way we have evolved, we have been programmed to do three things. One, either we fight, two, or we fleet, or three, or we freeze. Yes, it is our feet that gives us a signal to our subconscious mind about how we are feeling in the place we are. Are we excited to be there? Are we not comfortable, nervous being there? Or we just want to run away from that place? It's the feet that's giving you that signal. So next time when you see someone, don't forget to look at their feet to know more about what they're saying. I'm sure by now you all must have guessed that today we are talking about body language. What is body language? Why do we need it? And where do we use it?
Ashwini, it seems we lost you. Are you able to hear us? Ashwini, what you can do, you can re-log in. We try once. Because we can barely hear you now. What we can do, let us start with the.
Sir, can you hear me?
Go ahead, yeah.
Thank you.
So you ended with body language. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, from
Thank you.
there you start. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. So what is body language? Body language is simply nothing but the most effective non-verbal communication that we use, which speaks louder than the words. If you ask me, where do we use this body language? We use it everywhere and anywhere, whether it's at workplace or at home, whether it's with your colleagues or at your family members, or even to a stranger passing by. There is something that we are intentionally or unintentionally conveying a message. But remember, if we are aware of what is body language, then we will exactly know what is the message that we are conveying. So, if we do not understand the body language, then we might turn up sending a wrong message to the other person. What does this body language include? It includes your facial expression. Your facial expression that comes with innumerous emotions. You're happy, you're sad, you're angry, you're curious, and sometimes you're helpless, and many, many more emotions. Along with your words, it's the facial expression that strengthens your words, which complements your words. It includes your body movement and posture. The way I stand, the way I sit, the way I walk, the way I talk, and my posture. Am I standing straight when I'm talking to you? Is my backbone straight? Is my shoulder relaxed? Or have I curled up my backbone, my shoulder? Am I being slouchy when I'm talking? So these things are conveying to the other person if I'm confident about what I'm saying, or I'm just not being confident about what I'm doing. It's just not body movements and postures, also about the gestures. Now, when I talk about gestures, the hand movements that I do when I talk to a person, including the waving that we do to a person, or when I'm pointing to a person when I'm talking, or as simple as when we say okay to something, when we press the index finger and the pointer finger and say okay, that is also one sort of a gesture. But mind you, at some places, some gestures are considered to be just not acceptable and vulgar. For example, this okay, I'm sure it's worldwide considered to be nice and okay, but in some countries of South America, it's not acceptable and it is considered to be vulgar. So next time, let's be aware the place we are in and the kind of gestures that we use to communicate. So just to have a quick recap, we have spoken about the facial expressions, the body movement and gestures, the body movement and postures and gestures. Now, something more to add on to that is the eye contact. The eye contact is the most dominant visual sense. Even when I do all of these things, and when I do not look into your eyes and say something, it does not make any sense at all. When I look at someone and when I say it, my message is conveyed directly. Apart from this, we have the touch and space in the body language. When I say touch and space, it's not that the CEO is talking or the president is talking, I run into him and hug and say, you know what, I really love you and I care for you. No, there's a place and there are people that we know whom we can touch and then give that space. It's not too close, it's not too far. When I talk to someone whom I really love and care, and I say, you know what, I really love you and I care for you, but I'm standing at a distance and I'm saying this. And I'm sure that person there thinks that, you know, I don't think so. She really cares for me. She's just saying it. But instead, I just take a step closer and hold the person's hand and tell him or her, you know what? I really care for you and I love you. I'm sure the person will feel exactly what I'm saying. So this is how my body language is complementing what I'm saying. Voice is so important that I just cannot ignore when I'm talking about body language. The voice, the tone, the pitch of my voice is so important. I remember when it is just an instance, I was telling my daughter, you know, baby, I really love you. Don't you understand? And then she's got that question on her face and she's looking at me. I see that my mom is yelling at me, but at the same time, she's also saying, I love you. What should I trust? Is it her voice or what is she saying? So your voice, your tone, your pitch is so important when you're talking to the person. It definitely complements and strengthens about what you're talking. Your body language just does not complement or strengthens what you say. It sometimes contradicts, as I said, and sometimes it also substitutes your words. There are many emotions, there are many places in our daily life that we really don't require or we lack for words. It is your help, where you smile with a calm face and you convey so many things that your words just could not convey. So before I wrap up my speech, that I'm sure we all do understand body language at some point, but I have said some questions for you all. I'll show the body language. You all have to guess what does it mean. The first one, clenched fist. When I hold my fist like this and I say something, what does it mean? Anyone can try?
Anger.
Clenched.
Confident.
Anger. Perfect. Confident. It's more of an anger. You know, I'm saying it with some an extreme determination and anger. Yes. Tightened lips.
Fear.
Pardon
Somewhat
me?
scary.
Fear.
I'm scaring. Okay. Okay. When I tighten my lips,
Unsure.
I'm not unsure. Yes. Unsure and disapproving. I just say, no, you know, I don't agree to this. Right. Crossed arms. What does this mean?
Not confident.
Insecure.
Authority.
Not comfortable. Not comfortable.
Leave me
Insecure.
alone.
Leave me alone and defensive. You know, I've done what I'm supposed to do, and that is it. And you want to say something?
Authoritative.
Yes. Defensive. Right. Hands on hips.
Bossy.
Bossy.
Annoying.
Authoritative.
Yes.
Yes. Aggressiveness, and at times it also may be I'm ready for it. Yes. Hands in the pocket. Hands in the pocket.
Not sure. Unsure.
Unsure. Yes. One more try.
Unconfident.
Secretive.
Fear.
Secretive. Excellent. Secretive. Yes. At times we might get these body language can be very deceiving. Once I was talking to my friend and I was just pulling my ears, and just a day before we had our body language session, and immediately she said, Ashwini, I think you're lying, aren't you? I said, you know what? Don't go by what the moderator told yesterday. I have a habit of losing earrings. So my mom tells me, you know, keep an eye on your earrings. So I keep, you know, touching my ears. So it's not always what it is. So that's it from my end. Thank you so much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashwini, for conducting a masterclass of body language. And you did it with aplomb. Let's give a loud applause to her. Now, coming to our third speaker, I would first invite the evaluator for the third speaker. And coincidentally, the surname of the speaker as well as the evaluator is common. The evaluator is from the city of joy, Kolkata. He loves to read history and literature and is fond of blues, classical rock music. We had seen him perform with his guitar and giving his speeches. Currently, he's working as a senior manager with Watch Fix and also runs a small business under Shubha Lens Photography. We recall his performance as a host on the 15th of August 2020 when he conducted the entire session for us with two great speakers. He has been a Toastmaster for the last 4 years. So please join me in welcoming the evaluator for the third speaker, Toastmaster Shubhadeep Mukherjee.
Thank you, Toastmaster Milind, for the introduction. So the speech that we have today is from a Toastmaster from the United States of America. Her name is Trisha, and today we'll be hearing Trisha on the pathway manual named Innovative Planning. The purpose of the speech today is, or the project is, for the member to present a speech on any of the topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback on the second speech. The purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. The title of the speech is Do What's Right, and I would share the mic back to the Toastmaster of the day, Milind sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubhadeep. The speaker, the third speaker, has already completed two parts of hers. The first part in Pathways was leadership development. Second one, she completed a strategic relationship. And now she's attempting her third part, innovative planning. She has been a panelist at the United Nations representing the country for women's empowerment. She's passionate for women's empowerment. She runs a digital platform connecting women from grassroots to connect with the global audience. She's a yoga teacher, even in COVID situation. She has been conducting yoga classes across the globe. She is a club president twice at Toastmasters Club in USA, Midday Club. And she's currently the Division F Director, 2019 and 20. So please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Trisha Mukhopadhyay. Her speech title, Do What Is Right. Do What Is Right. Toastmaster Trisha Mukhopadhyay.
Wow, what an introduction, Toastmaster of the day. Amazing. I was thinking before even I get to my speech that is this a coincidence? Is the whole party here on Zoom a mastermind of Deepa or Milind or Ashwini, or what I mean is amazing club? What a wonderful club I'm in today. I'm so delighted to be here. I would like to know from you, have you ever been in a situation where you had to decide, where you had to make a choice between the roles you are playing in your lives? Some of you may be a mother like me, a daughter, a father, partner, or just being yourself. Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, what a wonderful opportunity today on
this new year, 2021. Happy New Year. And I have an opportunity to share this situation where I had to make a choice between the several roles that I've been playing for a long time. Do what's right. 7 months ago, I was in such a situation when, during my everyday phone calls or video chat with my parents, I heard my sister in Mumbai teaching my mother, teaching my mother how to walk. And I heard her saying, Ma, left pa aage dao. Ma, put your left foot forward. No, Ma, I mean the left foot forward. I just want to tell you that I love India. I'm an Indian, of course. Recently, just not many years ago, I've also become an American. I love these two countries. But India is where my parents live. And it was heart-wrenching to see my mother relearning how to walk. Over the past 2 years, Ma fell down so much that now she's scared even to take the next step, and she has to learn to walk again. The woman who taught us to stand up on our feet, to stand up for ourselves, to walk, to move on, is now learning how to walk. Yes, heart-wrenching. So that night was one of the most difficult nights that I thought to myself, what is it I should do? Should I be doing the things right? Or should I be doing the right thing? Things right, yes. I can always have, well, I'm very happy to have my siblings here who are taking care of our parents day and night. But that night was not a great night for me because the whole night I just kept thinking, what is it that I can do to make my ma feel better? Oh, you know what? Trisha, you should leave immediately. Maybe that will help. Maybe your presence will help. But then another thought that, oh, wait, Trisha, you have your younger daughters. And I've never left America without my children. Although I make yearly trips, it was a hard decision. Should I? Should I not? Mother or a daughter? But by early morning, my inner voice said to me, do what's right. Your parents have seen you growing up, have done everything, or maybe beyond, in making you who you are today. So why not today? I take this as an opportunity to see my parents grow older right in front of my eyes, because aging is inevitable and we have to go through that. And for the past 22 years since I've been married, I never got this opportunity to see the downs of my parents. That inner voice helped me make this decision. And go ahead, buy tickets, of course. After buying tickets, talking to my family and just letting them know, I want to go Yes, without you all, because I know that you'll be safe here. It's pandemic times. The pandemic blessings also. And I left them about 1.5 months back. And I'm here taking care of my parents in Kolkata, just by myself. And what an amazing time I'm having. Yes, sometimes cleaning diapers. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh, what a wonderful opportunity I have. Although I'm a soldier's daughter, and my mother, who made us how I'm thinking today. Today is a time, in fact, any moment of our life. If you have a situation in your life, just listen to your inner voice. Your inner voice will guide you, because then you will be doing things. It may make you unhappy, but you'll be doing what's right, not doing things right. Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Trisha. It reminded me of my mother who passed away 2 years back. She too had a similar problem. For her, she almost forgot to walk. And that was one challenge which we had. We had to explain. So you touched my heart. Thank you for that. So with that passionate and heart-touching speech, now we move to 2020. And the conductor of this 2020 cricket match, or the IPL, or the table topic, the Toastmaster of the day, is Toastmaster Akash. Over to you.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Toastmasters want to challenge members to develop their impromptu communication skills to effectively think on their feet by answering unrehearsed questions. We also want to give every member a chance to speak at each meeting. We do this with table topics. Table topics is specifically designed to develop 4 essential communication skills, which are listening, uh, thinking, organizing, and speaking. Today, I will be providing you the topics as images. I'll be choosing one of you at random and I'll show you an image. You'll have to speak based on the image you see on the screen. You can tell a story or incident based on the image. And this need not be a true incident. Your response speech must be at least 1 minute and can be no more than 2 minutes 30 seconds. You will see a green signal from the timer when the minimum required time of 1 minute is reached. A yellow signal at 1 minute 30 seconds and a red signal after 2 minutes. Those who speak within the time limit will qualify for Best Table Topics Award. Remember, you should give your response speech in 1 to 2 minutes. You can think of the answer before beginning and you need not tell the truth. So let's begin with the table topic session. I'll select one of you at random. So TM Vinay, can you unmute yourself as a first speaker? Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Thanks. TM Akash. Yeah, I'll show you an image and you will have to speak on that. Okay. Sure. One moment.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
The image is visible, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, this
Okay.
is your image, TM Vinay. Over to you, TM Vinay.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Akash. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and for all the guests who are there in the meet. You all know the generation that which most of the seniors had experienced. That's called a telephone generation, which we can say. And now we are experiencing a generation called smartphone generations. You know how it was done. And you know the things that which most of our seniors who are there in the meet had done most craziest things with that telephones at their newest times. I think it was around 2015 before the geo revolution got done in India. Till then, many of our offices or in our homes are having only those telephones with us, and also few of us are having only the small phones, which is more famous with the company called BSNL and other companies too. But now, after the geo revolution got happened in 2014 to 15, everyone is carrying a smartphone like a box. And now today, as we compare it to 2010 to 2020, we evolved in a way in which our works will not be going to done without a smartphone. It's really a good thing. See, we are evolving with technology, but also, how will we forget our memories with telephone, right? In my childhood, I think in my home, I'm having a we are having a small telephone for the whole house, and nobody is having any of the phone. I think it's about year 2007 or 8. For making a call to my relatives, I always make a call to the neighbor's house because they didn't have that phone in 2008. So just imagine the evaluation that which we experienced in 10 years. So my dear friends, with this, we can say we are evolving with technology, but don't forget your memories. Over to you, Toastmaster Akash.
Thank you, TM Vinay, for your wonderful speech. We'll move to the next speaker now. Guest Asha, can you please unmute yourself and come up on the...
Yeah. Good evening to all the Toastmasters and the guests.
Yeah, so I'll show you an image. You can speak from there. One second. Are you able to see the screen?
Yeah, it's a trolley.
Yeah, right. Yeah. This is your image, Guest Asha.
Yeah.
Over to you, Guest Asha.
Thank you. The trolley, as we see now, was not non-existent until a few years ago. Those days, the amount of things that were required for a home could simply be carried in a small basket. But now, the age of consumerism has hit an all-time high, and people go to a supermarket and pick up things that they may need, and they do not need at all. It is just the attraction of the things that are packed in a very attractive way, people just tend to pick up things. And then there was a day when bags and baskets were insufficient and people needed big trolleys to carry their things. So this is a big indication of our world where consumerism is at the helm. So we don't know who is the mastermind of all this. Maybe we have to blame ourselves for it because we are the ones who are supporting such things. We have reached a stage where we refuse to go by the principles of reduce, reuse, and recycle. That is a clear indication of the big trolleys that we see at every supermarket. And for our convenience, they have even included a place where we can keep our children on that and while our time away in the supermarket, going through the different sections and picking up things which we may not use, or it is giving us a sense that we need not reuse the things at all. We keep hoarding ourselves with all these things. So that is the thing that I noticed when I saw this image of the trolley. Thank you.
Thank you, Asha, for your wonderful speech. I'll choose the next speaker. TM Usha, can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'll share you the picture once. Are you able to see the screen?
Yeah, there is a talk, right? Conversation.
It's an interview.
Interview.
Yeah. So this is your image, Usha. Over to you, Usha.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening to all the Toastmasters and the guests present here for the evening. The image given to me is that of an interview that is going on. And I connect myself to the very first interview that I attended as a young, fresh graduate out of college in search of a job. The first interview that I attended was a panel of eminent people from the organization. I came to know that after the interview was over, that I was overtly qualified for the interview or for the organization. And that happened to be such a bad joke, which was told to me after I finished my interview and I was just walking out of the room. So the question was, is that a reason? Many things that we don't look into after we attend an interview is what are the emotions that the interviewer and the interviewee are going through. The question is, I make it rhetoric. Is it that the interviewer is sitting there to display his immense knowledge or intelligence? Is it the idea of the interviewer who wants to be a very domineering factor in that room? And for the interviewee, the person who's being interviewed, is it to belittle yourself? Or has this entire process been arranged so that your very intelligence or your knowledge or your talent is confined to a few questions asked by the interviewer or the panel of interviewers? A lot of questions go into a person's mind. At the same time, it is a place where you get to know what is in store for you. What kind of questions are asked? how you face a panel, what is it that you are lacking in. If you are an eager learner, an interview is the best place to learn. You always come out saying, "Shah, I should have done that." Now, that regret should actually empower you to learn better. An interview can be a place where some people make it so warm and cordial. It is so warm that you almost feel like as if you're talking to a friend whom you have not met for quite a long time. That's actually a very, very unique quality. Coming back to the whole idea, I'm finally just gradually moving on to my conclusion, saying that an interview is a place where you get to know what kind of people are there outside, where you get to know what your talents are, and where you get to know where you have to improve. That's what I see in an interview. Thank you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, Usha. I think I'll ping you when I will go for the next interview. Nice speech for that. Thank you. And yeah, we'll go for the next speaker.
Akash, I think we'll have to wrap up.
Akash?
Yeah.
Because of paucity of time, we'll have to wrap up.
Okay, sure. Yeah, thank you for all the speeches. Over to you, TM Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akash. In fact, you were the mastermind for the entire session of this IPL 2020, and you did it with great job. You, in fact, encourage every player to go for a sixer, and you enthralled the entire audience. That was really cracking session which you had. Though we had only 3 speakers, but it was quality. So that's what it matters. So let's give a round of applause to the Toastmaster, table topic master, Toastmaster Akash. Now it's time for the post-match session, the evaluation session. So let's call the monitor or the general evaluator, Toastmaster Nelson, to take it over.
Fellow Toastmaster and guest. So we quickly jump into that evaluation center segment. So first I call that first speaker evaluator, TM Sini Babu, to give that evaluation. TM Sini Babu.
Once again, good evening, Rising Toastmasters and my target speaker, Swarna in particular. What an amazing speech, Toastmaster Swarna. You have so many inbuilt functionalities of a very extraordinary speaker within you. And with this page, I can make it out what is the clear definition of vision. If you take your speech, your clear purpose is motivate the people, and how you are going to do that, and what are the channels you have. And the good part is you already practicing it. That is very well done. Like you are talking international forms, and you are talking in you already spoken in the TEDx and whatnot. That is a very excellent example, and it is very true inspiration, Swarna. The way you are running towards your vision is very excellent. And there are so many things, God-given gifts with you. First one is your voice. You have excellent voice. And on top of that, before that, you are very comfortable and very jovial speaker. I will tell you one example. Most of the speaker, when the TMOD giving the introduction, they are fumbled, and they are get ready, and they are looking for something, they are setting up, and but you are enjoying your introduction and you are smiling, and that was, I'm watching closely. you are enjoying each and every word. That is something very experienced people will do. Otherwise, some people, they are afraid. My turn is coming, let's start. Okay, that is the one advantage with you. And look at the slides. Each picture describes 1,000 words. You done that. The way you describe the words, pictures, very excellent, and those pictures are very thought-provoking. Usually, some people put so much theory, and audience will distracted. They can't read. Just they will ignore that. But in your way, it was very crisp. And there are so many things outstanding, but what are the few things I feel added to you to improve this good speech to get great speech? First thing is you have brilliant content, but you are distracting because of the content. Sometimes I may not be right. Looks like sometimes you are watching the notes or something. Why? Because initially you are comfortable. After that, you, you are distracted towards the note. The people like you, if you are avoid notes, the content comes like Wi-Fi, and you can be more confident while giving the speech. That is what I felt. And second thing, maybe if good to cover a little more about something personal or organization vision. Why? Because your vision should cover your complete life. That is a clear vision. What you want to do, something after 5 years or 10 years, so, something like that. If you have, but you have clarity till April 2021. But what you want to do after 60 years, or how your life, you want to drive your life, something I am expecting. Uh, if you could cover, that will be a plus. But this is a wonderful package I witnessed, and really your words are very inspiring and motivational, Swarna. Looking forward for your upcoming speeches. Thank you for visiting our club. Over to you, G.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, TM Srinibhav. It's very nice evaluation. So, madam also can take this all the evaluations feedbacks. And I request to call upon second speech evaluator, Toastmaster Saurav. Toastmaster Saurav.
Thank you so much, G. A very good evening to all my fellow Toastmasters, and particularly my target speaker today, Toastmaster Ashwini. It says that any evaluation should be like a gentle rain. It should not unsettle the speaker, but motivate the speaker to go out and experiment more. So I would request you to take my evaluation and feedback in the same spirit, and I would try to deliver it in the same spirit. So first of all, I think it was a very, very informational and educative session. It was pretty evident that you know the subject. You are a subject matter expert in this particular subject. You had an excellent start. Demonstration speaks louder than words. You started off demonstrating body language before you started talking about body language. Your presence and stage presence was commendable. The way you displayed your confidence and authority in your delivery, your attire, undeterred by the technical glitches, all of that is totally commendable. And you had a very, very impactful conclusion with a very strong audience interaction. Every speech is good because it takes a lot of effort to go and stand in front of an audience. And every speech can be better because all of us are humans. So here are a couple of things that I would recommend you to work on. First of all, it's always a good idea to give limited takeaways. Facial expression, body movements, postures, gestures, eye contact, voice, tone. This is too much information to process and preserve and productively apply for any audience. So I would recommend you limit it to 2 or max 3. Please get your video orientation right. In the portrait mode, it gets limited or restricted. If you move it into the horizontal mode, you will get a wider span to play with. Your actions, your body language will be more visible. And if you pay attention to the first point about limited number of points, you cannot afford to go wrong on time in a managing time project. So I think in that case, you would be able to manage your time better. In terms of challenging yourself, I would request you to pay attention to 2 things. The first is to apply humor and add some stories, personal anecdotes to your delivery. See, things like time management, stress management, these are pretty boring and pretty dry topics. When you spice it up, when you do a little bit of seasoning with such humor, with stories, it adds life to it. And the second thing is the entire speech was more in the lines of an educative session, and that also coming only from you. So this is what I feel. If you would have added a little bit of external perspective, like for example, you could have done a reference to Albert Mehrabian's 7%, 38%, 55% on the verbal, vocal, visual distribution, right? Some things like that would have definitely added more meat to the content. But I think overall, a great effort. But I think you could definitely do this project even better with more focus on the time. That is my recommendation for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, TM Saurabh. It's a very nice evaluation. It's like sandwich type of evaluation. And we're going to the third speaker evaluator, TM Subhadeep. I request you to evaluate that speech, TM Trisha speech.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, respectable guests, and my target speaker for today, Toastmasters Trisha. Now, the speech that we heard today, Do What's Right, that was very much distinctive and had a personal touch. The reason is she introduced us to her family. A moment was there wherein we were all able to connect to that. The composer of the speech, starting from the inception, it's crucial. Same applies to the conclusion as well. And the body of the speech. If I use a cricketing metaphor, I would say the slog overs are really critical. We need the audience to stay engaged. And that was there today. The beginning of the speech was absolute. She was able to provide us with a great beginning. She had a calm and composed posture. And most importantly, the voice clarity was there. The intonation was there. And we were all able to relate to what she was saying. The major reason being that personal touch. Whenever a speaker talks about a personal story, we are all able to connect. The reason being, she was talking about her family, her parents, how she has been taking care of them. That's touching. And I believe she will agree with me. And one of the greatest strengths which the Toastmaster has is her vocal variety. She has this incredible capability to change her pitch whenever she might be able to reduce the pitch, go down, and she will again increase her intonation to a next level. That is not found on every speaker. In my journey that I've been a Toastmaster so far. So these are the positive aspects of the speech today. Coming to the little recommendations that I have for her. The first one is, at time, I felt during the slog overs or during the body of the speech, somehow I might have lost a little bit of a connect. That might be because there was less amount of body language involved. So whenever you're giving a speech in a Toastmasters meeting, it's imperative that we use our body language. That's number one. And the second thing which I felt is the conclusion might have been a little abrupt. The beginning was perfect. Like I said, it was absolute. And we were there, we were able to connect and we were able to see. But I felt that the conclusion could have been a little more better. And finally, a little bit more of a feeling while you're speaking, because in your entire speech, there were so many cases, there are so many situations wherein you could have added that little flair of touch or that feeling. With that being said, a great speech, a wonderful vocal variety, a great composition, wonderful, your body, not body language, or a composer. And with the little recommendation that I provided, I'm sure we'll be able to hear more wonderful speeches from you in the future. Thank you, and over to the general evaluator for today.
Go ahead, Nelson.
Yeah. So thank you very much, TM Subhadev. And we not have time, we go directly to that our tag team report. I request our tag team members. First, I called TM's timer team Sinu to give the time report.
Sushma.
Yeah, go ahead, Sushma.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Team Sushma.
Toastmasters, and you're 59 seconds. Totally like 4 minutes, 50 seconds. Speaker 2, Toastmaster Ashwini, she has taken 11 minutes, 55 seconds. And for the Speaker 2, Evaluator 2, Toastmaster Saurav, 3 minutes, 33 seconds. And move on to Speaker 3, Toastmaster Trisha. She has taken 7 minutes, 44 seconds. And for Speaker 3, Evaluator, Toastmaster Shubhadeep, 3 minutes, 25 seconds. Move on to table topics. Guest Vinay, 2 minutes 33 seconds. Asha, 2 minutes 26 seconds. Usha, 3 minutes 22 seconds. And the tag team, our counter, Toastmaster Srinu, has taken 1 minute 10 seconds. Grammarian, Toastmaster Joseph, 1 minute 20 seconds. Listener, Toastmaster Vinu, 30 seconds. And myself, I have taken 1 minute 20 seconds at the beginning. And Toastmaster Deepa, she has taken 6 minutes 7 seconds. SAA, Toastmaster Vandana, she has taken 2 minutes 31 seconds. This is the detailed report about the tag team and different role takers. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, TM Shushma. It's a very nice report and correctly captured all the timing. And Babu, kindly give a report.
Yeah, once again, good evening, my dear Toastmasters and brilliant guests. Before starting my counter report, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Ashwini, DTM Milind, and Toastmaster Trisha and Toastmaster Usha. Sorry, guest Usha. These four people, without any distractions, they spoken excellently, fluently. Give a big round of applause for all these four speakers. And coming to my report, Vandana 2 hours, Deepa 2 OKs and 3 source, Swarna 4 hours, 4 short pauses, Nelson 7 hours, 9 pauses, 2 source and 3 ends. Vinay 4 hours, 3 pauses, Akash 7 hours, 2 ums, Asha, 6 pauses, short pauses, and 4 hours. Yeah, that's all from my side. Over to you, G. Nelson, are you there?
Yeah. Thank you very much, TM Babu. And next we call upon grammarian TM Joseph sir. TM Joseph.
Thank you to General Evaluator. Most of the people have spoken very well. The languages are also very well maintained, and there were a lot of new words are there, but I have no much time to give all the words, but I will be giving you some of them. But word of the day was spoken by Toastmaster Trisha, guest Asha, and DT Millen, is what I have heard. And the words used were Man Friday, important passion, subconscious mind, innumerous expression, dominant visual, clenched fist, clutched arm, secretive, heart rendering, domineering, commendable, impactful conclusion, limited takeaways, anecdotes, spice and seasoning. There are some phrases like vision without action is a dream. With it, vision is just a pastime. Oprah Winfrey of the East, on the run to achievement, from grassroots, listen to inner voice, age of consumerism, consumer at the helm, telephone generation, warm and cordial. Personal touch, crucial, intuition, incredible, inherit, upgrade, and flavor. These are some of the good usage of the English words and phrases, which I go over to you, to General Evaluator.
Thank you, TM Joseph sir. And we call upon next team listener, TM Vinobu.
Thank you, General Evaluator. I have prepared a few questions to see if everyone was attentive in the meeting. Here is my first question. When was Toastmaster Trisha married?
22 years ago.
Yes, it was in 1999.
Okay.
And the second question is, what is the city of our Toastmaster Shubhadeep Mukherjee called?
City of Joy.
Yes, correct. And this question is specially for the guests. What type of speech does table topic consist? Whether it is prepared speech or impromptu speech?
Impromptu.
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 Okay. And again, this fourth question is for the guests. Please mention the role taker's name of the tag team who supports General Evaluator. Mention the role names of the tag team who supports General Evaluator.
Evaluators, the timer, the grammarian.
Distraction.
Timer Swishma.
Accounter, grammarian, listener.
Okay, and the next question is, Toastmaster Swarna Kalyan belongs to which Toastmaster club and she belongs to which place?
Singapore.
Place in Singapore.
She's from Singapore.
Tatong Toastmasters Club.
Yeah, Tatang Toastmaster Club, and she is from Bangalore. Currently stays in Singapore.
Singapore.
Okay, and the last question is, when was Toastmaster was germinated?
1905.
1924.
1905.
It is 1905. Yes, Joseph sir is
1905.
correct. Yes. Due to time constraint, I am limiting the questions to only this much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, listener TM Vishnu. So it's very nice reports of our tag team. All of you give big clap to that have tag team and evaluators. Here is my report. As per my evaluation, meeting started exactly 5 p.m. And before that, Vandana, TM Vandana came on 4:30, and she's arranged and checked everything properly. That all the role takers there and all things. Very nice. And next President TM Deepa is perfectly engage the guest and welcome the guest. And only one thing we missed out is only one thing with that we not use that gavel and all things that the hammer we are always using all the meeting that this meeting we missed out. Anyway, the first meeting of this year we can go with we start with the next meeting. Coming to the Tio Modi, Milan is fantastic Tio Modi role, and this is a different way of the team role. He initially asked a question about that our Toastmaster International, how we started, when, where, what, like that question he asked. It's really impressive, and it's all of that participants are engaged in that meeting. And coming to the speakers, first speakers is very nice speech, Susha, and the vision and action and the inspiring that all that slides and all things, great, fantastic slides, and it's mind for speech. And next speaker, our Ashwini. That also is very good speech, and we learned about body language and facial expression. We also use all that speeches, and we have to practice that. And because of that internet connectivity, TM Ashwini took more time, and not able to complete that time. And third speaker, TM Trisha, is very nice real-time life story explained with that content, and is reminding our parents how to take our parents and our relationship. Thank you very much. And coming to that table topic session, it's very nice, and all the guests are participated very well. And all over that, we are missing that them images and all things. When we're before that meeting, we have to post that we missing. We have to take a look on that next meeting onwards. Over to Tio Modi.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Nelson. Let's give a lot of applause to the General Evaluator and his entire tag team and listener for giving a crisp but precise and detailed report in that sense, to the point. Now, please do not forget to vote. The voting link has been shared in the chat window. So we have to decide who are the best role takers, best speakers, best evaluators, best ancillary role takers. So make sure that you are doing. At the beginning of the speech, or beginning of my introduction, I had referred to a question that was there any situation in your life where you took up a new position and then with all the energy you started, but somehow your most closest lieutenants left it. And maybe that position was nothing to do with your office where you are the boss. Because sometimes there you can dictate terms. But it was a social organization, maybe you were the president of your society, a social organization, an NGO, where everyone is independent. They are doing a voluntary service. And somehow they don't want to continue with you. And you question yourself, what went wrong? So may I request the Zoom master to share the Cohen-Bradford model. So Cohen-Bradford, he has written a book called Influence Without Authority. So this is very apt in places where your peers or your team members, they are not you don't have command. They are not your employees or your juniors where you can dictate, you can sack them. No, they are volunteers. So, but how will you be able to influence them? So what they said, first point you said, in such organization, when you have a team, consider all of them as your allies. Consider as your well-wishers, their best friends. So whatever they do sometimes which you feel they are not doing correctly, don't think they are doing something against you. Think they are doing for my benefit only. So how will you clarify that? So of course, first thing you have to clarify what you want or what you expect from them. So that's the second point. Clarify the goal and priorities of yours, your vision, etc. Make them understand what you actually meant. You may have told them, but they may not have understood the way what you felt. So you have to get that response from them. And the most important, talk to them, understand what is going in their mind. So diagnosis their vision, what is their challenge, why they are not able to perform, what is bothering them. So you have to understand. So what they say, you have to empathize with them, understand where is the concern. With all the intention, he has joined a voluntary organization to serve the club or something, but somehow it is not happening. So that is something you have to understand their vision, what is their world, what is their mind. So for that, you have to empathize with them, fall into their shoes. And next, now you try to connect your vision and then their vision and see what are the common things over there. If someone wants to, for example, if someone is an office bearer in the Toastmasters club, but somehow he's not able to devote time for his officer's role for which he has been taken, he may tell you, or maybe you may understand from him what he actually wants to be a public speaker. He wants roles, speeches, and roles at a meeting. And somehow, because he has become an officer, he's not getting that slots. So you can help him. Okay, don't worry. In our club, since you're officer, you have to take care of this particular thing. However, I'll ensure at the district level or something, I'll give you those slots. So that becomes a common currency. So his vision is to go into his pathways faster. So you can be a medium to support him. So once that headache goes away, then he can devote time for his role as a term as a club officer. And deal with the relationship. Don't keep the relationship only with the role or with the organization or with the setup. If someone is a treasurer, don't think that you talk only about payment or accounts. Talk to him as a person, understand his family, just develop that relationship. So by the way, when you develop a close relationship, it becomes easy. A mere word to him, he will get it done for you. So this is called as a where you can influence someone else who is not your subordinate, who to whom you cannot sack or you can but you can command respect in a manner which can help and to achieve your personal goal. So that is Cohen's Bradford model. I had also one question about the first speaker, Toastmaster Suvarna Kalyan. I said she has a partner, an invisible partner, which helped her to take her across the globe, sitting in a bedroom. Any guess who can be that partner? Oh,
Toastmaster.
no, it is COVID. Thanks to COVID, Toastmaster International opened it for online, and that's what we are today. We are here because we are able to connect with people in USA, Singapore, everywhere. That was not possible previously. We were all Toastmasters, but we had to actually travel. But sitting in a bedroom, you could connect across the globe only because of COVID-19. So that was her partner. And that's why she's thankful. There are few, that is also sometimes a most challenging time in a life can become a very helpful thing to take you to different, to make sure your passion is fulfilled faster than what it would have normally done. Okay, so with this, I hand it over to the presiding officer for the day, or the president of the Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Deepa.
Thank you, Toastmaster Milind, and you navigated us very well. And the meeting was all good and fine, except for the glorious overuse of time. We overshot by 20 minutes. So let's work on the fixing the agenda and limiting to that. And I think let's quickly declare the results. Vandana has, do we have the results? Vandana?
Yeah, I was trying to unmute myself. It got stuck. So it's come to a very exciting moment where we know who did well, and we have 14 responses, which is a pretty good number. The best supporting role goes to, presiding officer, Toastmaster Deepa. The best auxiliary role player goes to our listener, Toastmaster Vinu. The best role taker goes to our Toastmaster of the Day, distinguished Toastmaster Milind. The best table topic speaker for today goes to Toastmaster Usha. And our best speaker goes to Toastmaster Trisha. The best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Saurav. Thank you. Over to you, presiding officer.
Congratulations to all the winners, and most importantly to all the participants. Keep turning up, keep taking up roles, and that's the secret to how you become a better communicator. And with that, I think we arrived to the end of the meeting, and I have another announcement to make before we all sign off. We have a TLI session, which is Toastmaster Leadership Institute, organizing a session on Sunday, that is Jan 10th. It starts from 10 a.m. and we are aiming for the Sinewy 7 award, which means all 7 of us executive committee members have to attend on the same day. So it's going to be a session where almost 400 odd members from across division will be coming. And if possible, even the non-executive committee members can also sign up, provided there's enough vacancy. Do take a look at how the leadership process in Toastmasters work. You'll understand Toastmasters programs very well. Apart from that, we also have area council meetings and awards announcement that day. So with that, I am really happy for that outstanding team effort that was put behind today's meeting. Wonderful effort by everybody, and see you all next week. And here's my gavel, closing meeting number 594.